Play.
Hey guys, we're going to be watching Iga Swiatek play Coco Gauff in Beijing, the first semifinal. The second one, of course, is Jelena Stepenko playing. Jelena Stepenko, Ludmila Samsonova playing Elena Rybakina later today. Is this the most exciting that the Gauff Swiatek matchup has been so far? I mean, possibly, right? Because from the early days of this rivalry, Swiatek always had a huge lead over Gauff. There was a big matchup advantage. However, it seems like part of that, at least, is gone by now. So we'll see how that works out. In 2023 in October. Basically, Świątek used to hold a 7-0 lead in this head-to-head. It was also a 14-0 lead in terms of just sets taken. However, the last match that they played in Cincinnati, Gauff won. Gauff won in 3 sets. She finally got over this hurdle of beating Iga for the first time. And right now she is, I mean, she's not the favorite to win, but, she's probably perceived as a threat to win this match at least. I think it would be surprising if this was a straightforward affair. I'd say, a 6-4, 6 to win for either player is already a bit of a surprise. But we'll see. Gauff is on a 16-match win streak. By the way, it has to be pretty rare that a player on a 16-match win streak who's been playing at like that particular level. I mean, the main tour, for example. Like I mean that it's not like a 16-match challenger win streak and then you jump to the main tour, but it has to be pretty rare that a player on a 16-match win streak is the underdog in a match. Well, at least according to the market, to the bookies, you might have your own personal opinion be different, which I wouldn't really disagree with. I think it's much closer to a 50-50. And part of that win streak for Gauff is, of course, beating Swiatek for the first time in Cincinnati. She also has lost just once in her last 21 matches, and that one loss came to Jessica Pegula, of course, in Montreal quarterfinals. We already have the first game, actually. We started a touch late, and Swiatek has her second breakpoint. At present, and she won't be able to take advantage of this Gauff second serve, so we're back to deuce. I mean, strictly speaking, the matchup used to be super tough for Gauff because just trading forehands, both players generally struggle with. Can struggle if there's a lot of hard flat pace coming at their forehands. But the sort of difference of the threat that the shot can produce offensively was huge. But these days, it seems like Gauff handles that power a little bit better. She might still have some issues, playing forehand crosscourt rallies, definitely. But all the other parts of her game, including the defense, the speed, the athleticism, have improved. And she has been able to, start producing some much better results under the guidance of Pereriba and Brad Gilbert. I'm not sure if Gilbert is there. I just saw Pereriba on my screen though. So it seems like a lot of the matchup has been fixed. I think their next clashes should be a lot more competitive than their first 7, where Gauff only managed one tiebreak in 14 sets. So that's why I said that this is probably the most exciting that the Swiatek Gauff matchup has been so far. First game goes to Coco eventually. She has obviously one of the best first serves in the sport, and this has helped her majorly to hold here. But Swiatek has been holding. I mean, Swiatek has been serving very well this week too, and generally playing so much smarter than in Tokyo when we were all complaining and we were all worried. No shave November. I mean, it's October. Damien, I know you're just killing time until ADF Fields starts. Sort of, sort of. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be over until Fields Davidovich Fokina starts. Probably not, but I definitely will be watching that. So far we've only had two matches finish in Shanghai because there's been some rain delays, of course. I still might during this match also follow Atmanajari if it's still close. But otherwise, I'll probably be watching just some other matches later today. There's also a ton of WTA 250 qualifying today, which I honestly haven't really checked the results of yet. Even I've just woken up. Beta Pneumatic Sun's still playing singles. Well, that's interesting. Although she did lose. Anyway, oh, that was slightly tricky. Iga hit this big serve, and there was a return from Gauff that had a very high trajectory and landed just behind the net. But Świątek handles it well with the backhand down the line. But it was pretty tricky. For the love, and Świątek is gonna have to hit a second serve now. So far, this game, I mean, has been basically won with her serve alone, which might sound weird when we're talking about Iga Świątek, but that's the case. And Gauff attacks the second serve return, but Iga is surviving this point, and Gauff eventually makes the backhand down the line error. Was obviously going for a little more, given the fact that she was love 40 down. 1-all with a much cleaner hold for Iga than it was for Coco. What do I know about the challenger in Hamburg? I mean, it's an indoor one. I think this year it's going to be a 50, right? Because it didn't used to be. It used to be like an 80 or something. I mean, 80s are 75s now, but this year I think it's a 50. But it seems like there's also an ITF at the same time, which is always quite exciting. I remember last year there was a pretty big headline coming from Hamburg because um, Henry Laxton retired match point down to Alexander Richard, which was a pretty sucky thing to do. I mean, especially given he was playing, well, sort of his countryman because they both hold dual citizenships and, but they're both representing Switzerland, let's say. And yeah, that Hamburg event definitely has like it's just a small indoor venue with like three courts next to each other. And last year, I think they did something stupid. Was it holding two finals at the same time, both the women's and the men's? I can't remember, but yeah, it was October-ish as well. Swiatek definitely the one getting more opportunities right now, and she gets Gauff on the move, stretches her wide to the forehand, and gets the error. So two break points now. Jane says she had a good time watching Ofner make a pretty stellar run his last ATP tournament. Yeah, absolutely. In Astana, that was his second ATP semifinal. The first one being in 2017. But of course, today against Tommy Paul, he was not much of a factor. I did not see a ball from that match, though. So just an hour on the court for Tommy Paul, and especially good for him as he hadn't won since Wimbledon. Iga crushes her second serve return to get the break, the first break of the match. I mean, definitely a good start from her with some, minor point differences. She easily could have been 3-0 up even. So, needless to say, that is a good start. Yeah, under the closed roof in Shanghai with Garin Medvedev, but it seems like the outside courts have also started for good now. So, hopefully that continues. As expected, the guys in Atman and Jari are just barely losing points on serve. That's what it is. And Kornieva is playing Hong Kong as well. That's gonna be quite exciting to see. She actually chose to skip the U.S. Open, which was interesting. I mean, as a 16-year-old, she has these limitations on how many events she can play. But I figured, if she can make U.S. Open qualities, why not? But the Australian Open and Roland Garros juniors champion of this year is definitely enjoying herself on in her early days on the Pro Tour anyway. So is this the first ATP WTA event that she's playing? I think it might be actually. Since until now, I think she maybe only played ITF events. Well, Wimbledon juniors. Hmm. I think so, but I would have to check to make sure. But I think it's probably the first WTA event that she's playing. So yeah, I was actually thinking of Ghost T8 earlier today. That usually he's on like every stream, whatever the part of the day is realistically, and I haven't seen him in a while. But maybe he's gonna be back, like for a slam for an ATP finals. Maybe Ghosty just doesn't care about Beijing or Shanghai, or maybe he's protesting against China. That would be a ghosty thing to do, actually. Yeah, and the level of aggression that Swiatek can display on second serve return against Gauff has definitely been matched by Coco recently, which makes sense. Iga's second serve is definitely attackable, and so is Coco's. So that advantage, perhaps, which maybe was there at some point, is also not fully with Iga anymore. That's a great serve again. Finding the very corner of the service box out wide. And if she keeps getting as many 3 points, that's gonna be a major advantage for her, because usually that's something that she cannot really hope for against Gauff in this matchup. This is not a 3 point, but she does win it sort of because of the serve. Steps in to take that +1 forehand, and Gauff cannot get it back over the net. Oh, did I say Wimbledon with Tommy Paul? Of course, I meant the U.S. Open. Yeah, sorry. I'm in the U.S. Open. That was like 4 straight losses for Paul or something. That's just my slip up of mixing up the two slams. Ghosty is off in the Himalayas, somewhere where where Bruce Wayne is in Batman Begins. So do you think Ghosty is gonna come back to wherever he lives in the States and wear a cape? It is possible. I don't know if he's not too old for being like the billionaire playboy. Has TT been streaming the Asian Swing? Yeah, just a few matches really. Although I guess at the tail end of last week we did have a few. I definitely did something. Safurian Zverev, Davidovich Fokina against Zhu in Beijing. Um, hmm, maybe something. I don't remember. But the final as well. Medvedev Sinner. The final, yeah. So it's been like pretty infrequent, but we have been doing some Asian swing streams, yes. I wonder what that link is to. I can't click it, but I can. Oh. Vange is actually already there. I'll just pop in my earphones and then I'm ready. Absolutely. You don't actually need to wait for me, John, or anything. I think we'll be fine. I might have to relog if there's an issue with my earphones again, but we'll see. Oh, there's a Polish guy commentating on YouTube.
Hey there.
Hey. Do I have you on my earphones? Can you say something?
Hello. I'm saying stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's earphones. I hope so.
Yeah, interesting match so far.
Yeah, I just upped my volume by quite a lot to start hearing Vansh indeed.
Yeah, actually, I'm figuring out how to untangle these headphones that are just a total mess right now. So
Yeah,
I'm
that
preparing
sometimes
to.
takes me a while.
Yeah.
A backhand down the line from Gauff is gonna be enough to get her the point, although it's more of a forced error than an actual point finisher.
I actually missed the game where Ego was able to break. I only saw the break point.
Did you miss the first game of the match?
No, I saw that. It's the
So
game that.
it was the same basically, but she took the points
Yeah.
um, that she had to get the break. Whereas in the first game, she missed a couple of break points, and but that was pretty much the same.
Okay.
Wasn't anything crazy. Definitely had the better start so far. Goff not really able to like draw out any errors yet with her speed or anything like that.
Yeah. Good serve. The first ace for Goff. Yeah, it is.
Oh, I guess I will change the stream then because that one will be a lot too fast. I'm already 2 points ahead, I think. So I will change the stream.
Okay, I'm at 40-30 off serving.
Yeah, 1 point, I guess.
Yeah, my thing is always behind. It's just hard.
Shiontek. No. I mean, no one would be able to keep up with the stream that I was using. But when I'm doing it solo, I still do that because why not? But then I try to switch. Okay, now I'm at deuce with Coco preparing to serve, basically. Well,
Yeah,
not yet, I guess, but like in a second she will be preparing.
yeah.
Well, she does get a few of her own 3 points as well. Not technically free, but oh, I didn't really understand any of that.
Oh, can you not hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
I think I just need to speak closer to the.
I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, that's probably the case. Yes. And I did actually miss that point that made Iga get back to juice now. I'm not sure who.
Oh yeah, me too. I just missed it.
Oh, that's a good stream.
Adjusting my mic too.
Two people on the stream, and both of us missed the 40 point, the point that allowed Iga to get back to juice. That's what you're watching for.
Gauff has played 25 points on her serve so far. Swiatek 10.
Yeah, it has felt like it for sure. Of course, she is like one game ahead, but still. That's some really good recovery as well from Iga in this rally, even though Gauff was attacking, really crashing the ball.
Yeah.
Swiatek still felt I don't know if in control, but never really gave her that, put her into that much trouble. And this is like this is the third service game of the match for Gauff, and the third where she has to face a break point. So, needless to say, it's been a better start for Iga than for Coco.
Yeah. Gauff, Swiatek looks so much more in control of her shots this week. Like, just looks so much more balanced.
Yeah.
In the baseline, the timing is so much better. Footwork is a little sharper.
Case in point, this rally that she just won for 4-1. And do you think it's just Tokyo? Do you think it's just Tokyo, Beijing conditions difference, or?
I think that's part of it for sure. Like the conditions just seem so fast in Tokyo, much more than what Swiatek generally prefers. But I also think there was probably just some rust from not having played matches in a while, and just the style of opponents. Well, I guess the first match she played in Tokyo, Tama was just defending a lot better than maybe she expected, and then in the Kurumatova match, it was just combination of her not having her timing, and then Kurumatova obviously doing a lot of damage on her serve, and so it was fun.
Yeah, it's also quite interesting to me how much smarter she's playing and like patiently
Yeah.
constructing points.
She's actually
But
relying on her athleticism this week.
yeah, as well. Maybe that's also like just from the timing rhythm of the ground. She didn't have any. She didn't have any in Tokyo, so it's kind of hard to construct points then, because how are you gonna do it if like I don't know 1/3 of your shots are out? So
Right. I think she does well in the Sarasuri Storm matchup because it gives her a lot of time to construct points.
I mean,
and
Soribes
forced to
can,
come to
can trouble her, but she cannot really beat her eventually.
Yeah.
Like I guess it's the case for a lot of Soribes matchups against the top players as well.
She forces you to finish points at net, and
eventually you do.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Like she went to the net, I think 28 times or something.
Yeah.
On quite a bit of those points.
Sometimes she might beat you. Like, I don't know, if there's just some, you miss a few times, there's some uncertainty, the scoreline gets tight, and then you are stuck in this 3-hour marathon with Sara Sorribes-Tormo.
Yeah.
We should invite Owen for this segment.
Oh yeah. He would have a field day with that.
That's a wonderful cross-court backhand winner from Gauff, though. So still not giving up on this set. Definitely she shouldn't be. I mean, she knows that sometimes Iga's serving can be fragile, although this week it's really been super good in the first two
Where
games as well.
where do you rate Gauff's backhand relative to the rest of the tour? Top three?
Yeah, very high. I mean, I don't know who else is there in the top three, if she's in the top three.
I don't know. I mean, we have some good backhands, but
Sabalenka? I don't
right now,
know.
I think actually she might be the best. I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
Like,
because I'm just wondering who else is, like, in the conversation.
I guess when Anisimova was active, I
Um,
thought she had a really good
yeah,
backhand. Um,
possibly.
so if we include her,
But
maybe.
then again, I would also sort of start thinking like whether maybe because Anisimova is like an example of a player who is sort of known for her backhand, but there might be
Yeah.
players who simply have better all-around skill sets, and you don't really think of the backhand when you think of them, but
Yeah.
they don't necessarily have to have a weaker backhand than Anisimova. Although she's a fine shot, obviously. I don't know. I think it is like a boring Sabalenka answer is also somewhere around there.
Mm, yeah.
It's not what I think of her. Like when I think of Sabalenka, it's not. I don't
Yes, she has
really
the
maybe
power,
go
but
to the
it's
backhand instantly, but it is one of the best in the game, probably.
probably unless it's really mess with her strike zone. You get it like way below her knees.
Did she miss it? I think so. So 40-15.
Oh wow.
I mean, Coco is trying to like play very aggressively here,
Yeah.
match Iga on that firepower, but so far.
Right now, Ego is just absorbing all the blows, and it's basically really hard to hit through her right now.
Yeah, there's been a few fine winners from Gauff, but it's not really, the sort of regulation that she would have to get back into the set anyway. 5-1 quite quickly, and so far 3 easy holds for the pole as well.
Ego was
Um,
up 5-3 when they played in Cincinnati in the first set. I believe had a couple of set points as well. Although this she looks much more comfortable here than she did in Cincy in that matchup.
oh yeah, and then general the I don't know how to call it, North American double wasn't great
Yeah.
from her at all. Oh, Daniel Collins is in the top 3 of backhand.
Yes. I had
Hundred
her as
percent.
one. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Collins for sure. Collins definitely has a really very good backhand.
Maybe Andreeva in the future, but I don't know.
Mm,
Maybe.
maybe in the future, yeah.
But yeah, Collins Gauff. Yeah, maybe that's actually the best the tour has to offer, and if so, that's actually a good standard. Of course, that's not how I'm saying it.
Maybe Ego too. Oh, that's a good volley.
Sure.
Definitely defends better on the backhand than on the forehand side.
Yes. Yeah, but at the same time, of course, the attacking potential is a
Yeah.
lot weaker too. So it's a bit of a conundrum. Oh, and a double fault from Gauff to go down 15-30. I mean, no easy games for her so far at all in this match.
Oh.
She has had to fight for everything, and so far, most of the time, she's not coming out on top in these fights.
Were you surprised how straightforward the win over Sakari was, and that there wasn't even a moment of jeopardy?
I don't think so. I was writing up like some set predictions for this one or something, and I set Gauff into was it like 6-3, 6-2 if I remember correctly?
I think 2 and 4.
Oh, maybe 2-4, yeah, something like that. By the way, I did not like watching SpongeBob. I don't know. I don't know why that's in the
Oh,
chat,
really? You didn't?
but no.
It was one of my favorite shows
No,
growing up.
I felt like I was a bit too late for this. I when it started. Yeah, when it started, maybe on Polish TV it was later or something, but I felt like when it started I was a bit too old for this already. But yeah, what was I talking about? Sakari Gauff. Yeah, I guess I just didn't really expect Sakari to trouble her. Gauff just seems to sort of handle whatever is coming at her right now, because
Yeah.
she's so confident, and she has filled some holes in her game, and seems like whatever is thrown at her, she's going to be fine. Obviously, that also has a limit. If Świątek plays like she has been so far, she might not handle her. But I felt like Sakari probably doesn't have that sort of a peak quality to her. Still a fine few weeks, of course, for Sakari, but won't make the WTA finals.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, unless Muchova withdraws. Yeah, we've already chatted about that. But
Oh, yeah. Muchova hasn't played any of the tournaments so far.
But yeah, that's basically the problem of not doing anything at any of the 4 slams, right, for Sakari. So,
Right.
well, the Australian Open, I guess she made like what, third round, fourth round, but after that it was just first round exits or
Yeah, actually,
second round
hasn't been past
exits.
the third round this year.
And that's just Australia, right?
Yeah.
And then she lost like all of
Three first
the
rounds.
other ones in first rounds, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, super tough opening rounds, but
Yeah.
still. Even Masarova, right? I mean, she is in some great form, but especially Kostyuk and Muchova, of course.
Yeah, pretty much all the seeds got to the quarters this time except
Uh,
Jabor and Pegula. Pretty much everyone else lived up to it.
and another miss for Max. Rick and Morty is a cartoon that my ex-girlfriend tried to convince me to watch. Perhaps that's why we're not together anymore. She also tried to make me watch BoJack Horseman, and I also wasn't responsive. I don't have anything against cartoons. I mean, I don't know. These two are, are obviously directed to an older audience than SpongeBob, I would say. But
You know what is a cartoon I can watch all day?
mhm.
Tom and Jerry.
I haven't
Like it
watched
doesn't
it
matter.
in
It doesn't matter how old I
15
am.
years.
If it's on,
Okay,
I'll watch it. Just
well
because it's music.
that's fine. I haven't seen an episode in like 15 years, I would say, but I would be interested to catch one. I mean, I guess I could probably have something like that with Scooby Doo or something.
There we go.
Um, but yeah, like my knowledge of Tom and Jerry is like a very blurred by after all these years. Like I just remember, of course, that there's Tom and there's Jerry, and they're running around and chasing each other.
I mean, that's the whole show. So.
But I guess that's the show. Yeah, exactly.
Federer is
I
like,
guess that
yeah, Federer is
Federer
very
is
much
Jerry.
playboy. He's very much one who likes to play pranks and stuff. I could see that.
And who's Tom? David Ferrer. because
Someone who
he
gets
because
pissed off
Jerry
easily.
always. I mean, no, because John said that. Yeah. John also said Ferrer. Okay, so he gets what I meant.
Okay, yeah, if you look at it like that.
17-0, but now it would be better the other way around, I guess. If
Kind of weird that they never played each other in a slam 17 times.
yeah,
I
that's
guess that's
true.
the same with Medvedev and Zverev now.
They still
They'll-
played some best of 5 though, at least.
Yeah, they did. Like the World Tour Finals final, 2007.
Yeah, is that the only one? Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't remember them playing in Davis Cup, so that had to be the only one.
No, and then the ATP 1000 finals, they were also a bit too late for that, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a bit wild that he had never lost to him, especially as at some points of their careers, especially at the end, it felt like a pretty tricky matchup. But never
Yeah.
really materialized. I mean, he was dropping sets to him left and right at the end. But
Yeah, even in 2017, he dropped the first set when he played in Canada.
yeah. And the again the sort of North American double, right? 2014, they played twice and both were three setters, but still it was always Federer coming out on top.
Yeah, I think actually Ferrer was the last guy to non-Big Four to finish the year with 70 plus wins. 2012, won 6 titles that year. Maybe Medvedev could actually get there this year. That could be a good goal for him. Get to 70 wins.
So 59.
Yeah, he's on 59 right now. If he wins
I mean,
this title, he'll have 65. So then you have Paris and Turin, and then he'll probably get there.
yeah, I don't know if it's like such a big goal. Honestly, like would you care
It's
for
not,
it?
it's not. I mean, I'm just remember it would be the first sentence for Ferrer, so that would be.
Oh, there's also
I don't think
Vienna.
he
Like,
cares. Yeah.
there's also Vienna
Oh
where
yeah,
he's
he was
defending the title.
Forgot about that.
So he actually has a pretty good shot there, I think. Although, yeah, personally, I would not really care about that achievement.
Yeah, I know. It's just a fun little that. Ooh, that's a good body serve. Iga was forced to hit so many body serves against Garcia, forced with that aggressive position. If Garcia takes on the return, hugs the baseline. You kind of want to use the body serve as much as you can.
Helps that Garcia is never really changing her
No, she
strategy.
never changes it. Never. It's like it's like the opposite of Medvedev.
You know what to expect every single time, and you can adapt, you can adjust, and that's 6-2 for Swiatek. A pretty uneventful set for what we were expecting.
Yeah, pretty dominant overall.
Yeah, I mean, 4 easy holds. Well, this one wasn't easy, I guess. There was a fairly all, but still fairly comfortable. And then Gauff struggling in basically every single service game that she had. So yeah, rough times so far for Coco.
Of course, she did also lose the first set 6-2 of the US Open final. That's just my laundry machine.
Mehdi doesn't defend titles. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't defend, but he might make the final, make the semis in Vienna. Who knows? I wonder if at some point, he's just going to run out of titles to win because there are only like 40-ish
He's got to win
ATP Tour events,
Basel.
right?
He's got to win Basel. He's got to win Acapulco,
Mhm.
which he's not going to play Acapulco. That's just
Kitzbühel, Gstaad.
Oh yeah, Hamburg, Barcelona. He actually did make the
Yeah.
final of Barcelona 2019. So
Yeah, and he does have a lot to make up for on clay, only Rome, so
yeah.
he
Actually,
might
I was
just
thinking about
transfer.
this. Casper Ruud is 2 wins away from getting to the quarters here, right? Yeah, he's 2 wins away. He would be in the quarters.
Uh-huh.
I think if he does that, he would have made quarters of every Masters. That's actually pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
I guess Medvedev hasn't done that either because he's missing Madrid.
But that's not this year. That's career, right?
Yeah, career.
Okay, yeah. Because I was thinking, has he really made every single ATP 1000 quarterfinal this year? And I was like, wow, that would be an achievement. But I don't think he's made more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only made one. Yeah, okay.
I remember
so
in 2021 he was so
surprised.
good in the Masters because he made all 3 clay court semis. And then he made some quarters like in Toronto and Cincy, Paris. He was really only missing Shanghai, actually. Oh, no, never mind. I lied. I'm a liar.
I didn't play
Dude also has
draw.
to do Indian Wells. I forgot that he lost to Schwartzman that year in the fourth round of the quarterfinal. Never mind.
Yeah, Medvedev is just gonna turn himself into a clay specialist at some point to pick up all the titles there. That would be
That
good.
would be quite funny.
Maybe they will introduce some new events for him.
By the way, did you read that the ATP 500s are going to be more in the same week, starting in 2025, and
Yeah.
they're buy out the 250s? I think there's like 5 250s that are no longer going to exist.
Yeah, did they see Beijing and they were like, okay, we have to do multiple 500s in a week? But that's kind of, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna, as I said, because I was talking about it yesterday actually when I was doing the stream for Safin Zverev. Like it was around the time when someone sent me that link from L'Equipe, and basically I said that I'm gonna refrain like with full judgment until I see the actual calendar. But yeah, it seems a little weird that in February we would have two ATP 500s, two ATP 500s, two ATP 500s, like 3 consecutive weeks of that. That's kind of weird to me, just because we haven't really had it like that so far. I guess that makes February a more important part of the year then.
Yeah. For the women, it's
Fi-
already so important because
fine
next
with
year,
that. Yeah, basically
they're
the
both
women just have a
competitive.
marathon, right? Of Doha, Dubai, then the Sunshine Double.
No,
Whereas on
of course,
the men's
we know
side,
all of that is just the Middle East is just a warm up for the real big event, which is San Diego, right? So that's anyway the main event.
So that's in February now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a week before Indian Wells.
So it's like Austin or Merida. No, Austin now. Was it Austin this year?
Yeah, Austin and Merida, or no, Austin and I
No,
forget what the
one
other
of
one
them.
is.
Yeah, Merida was there as
Maybe
well, but I
Leon.
think it
Yeah,
was
it was the one that Garcia lost the final to Bekic.
No, I mean in
Oh,
Lyon, I think Garcia lost
Monterrey.
to
Yeah,
Parks. Yeah.
yeah,
So
Monterrey.
Monterrey was the later one. Yeah. So
Mhm.
Monterrey and Austin were basically what San Diego is going to be.
Correct.
Okay.
Medi will play Golden Swing next year. That would be hilarious. He will play in Buenos Aires and Rio.
Olympics preparation. Although
Oh, yeah.
Medvedev, I guess he's unlikely to play the Olympics, right? Or what's the final decision on that? I don't even know.
I don't know, but I think he would play it, right?
I mean, I'm talking about Russian athletes.
Good question. I don't know actually.
Yeah, that was what I was referring to anyway. John says, are you for real? You really are going to go to the Golden Swing? Maybe he is. I think he did visit South America at some point of his life. So okay, it is for real. That would be very cool.
Wait, he will actually play the Golden Swing?
Hmm?
Like, is that
Not Medvedev, John. I mean, I don't know if play. He might struggle to get the wild cards. I think.
I don't think he would want to do that.
No, John. You don't think John would want to play the Golden Swing?
Oh, he should. I mean, if he shows up, then that's not great for the rest of the field because he's going to dominate that.
Yeah, there's like an.
I mean, like
Definitely.
Alcaraz will see John Silk in the entry list for Rio, and it's like, I'm going to pull out. Actually, I have an injury. Sorry.
they're not gonna know him, right? And it's gonna be quite scary because
Yeah.
there's a new guy on the entry list. And this match is quickly running away from Gauff if she can't win this point, but she can. She tracks
Oh,
down the Iga volley, which could have been better, but was decent, and she
wow, what speed
passes
though.
her.
Wow. Yeah, that's the speed that she's known for.
Finally made use of that in this match because so far she hasn't really been able to.
Yeah, it wasn't the best volley, but it wasn't bad.
Oh,
I thought
it was decent.
it's most players that would win you the point.
Still gave Coco like a pretty tough shot to make when you're running like this. But who knows? Maybe the match is over anyway.
Swiatek with the break. Some good backhands down the line in that early, and then
John says he's not playing the Golden Swing. Okay, that's surprising. But if they offered him a wildcard, we'll be in touch with the Rio organizers and try to get John a wildcard for that event. I mean, this year they literally had Fonseca or Alves, right? And they did pretty much just as well as John would do. I think Fonseca especially was really overwhelmed by the nerves, but still, he did play a pretty horrible match. Alves actually did well. I'm sorry to him because he did push Carlos Alcaraz in the first round. So
that was like 6-4, 6-4, right?
something like that, yeah.
No, it was pretty respectable.
Yeah, it was very respectable. Fonseca, it was just Fonseca who was really disappointing, but obviously just got nervous.
Oh, I guess yeah, this was the part of the season where like Alcaraz and Lajovic kept playing each other. Like
Yeah.
Buenos Aires, Rio, and then Miami. Like they played each other a lot this year.
My favorite rivalry in tennis is Thomas Berdych against Kevin Anderson. 12 matches in 3 years. Never before, never again. 12-0. Thank you.
Was it all in a
Goodbye.
3-year span?
Yes,
Wow,
2012 to 2014. They never played each other before. They never played each other again.
that's amazing, actually.
Yeah. This wasn't even like such a very pacey shot from Iga, but Gauff still cannot handle it with that extreme grip on the forehand. It's been a sad match. I mean, it's not a sad match for Iga Świątek fans, but um,
Actually, look at the stats. It was like 6 winners and 4 unforced errors for Iga, so pretty clean. Golf 6 winners. Golf 6 winners, but 8 unforced. Okay, I mean, well, I guess a lot of forced errors in this match, particularly from Coco. Well, the one that you said that was definitely unforced.
what other matches are you streaming? As far as I know, we're not streaming anything else today, Terry.
Let's see
It's
what's going
mostly
on in Shanghai.
been one match a day type of deal.
Looks like Medvedev is cruising against Garin.
And the
It's
very
going to be
natural choice for today was Coco Świątek. Yeah, Medvedev just easily beating Garin.
I guess one player that I'm a little concerned about right now is Nori. Just hasn't been winning.
I thought you were gonna say Sebastian Hofner.
Oh no, no.
I know that wasn't what you meant, but like just sort of glancing at the results and seeing him winning just 3 games, I thought it would be hilarious if you said Sebastian Hofner. Are you really concerned? Like if you just think about, however, of who he has been losing to.
I mean, he's just not had a good year after
I
Rio.
mean, Rublev, Karatsev, Humbert, Wawrinka, Arnaldi, Monfils, the Minor. Kovacevic is the standout, but like he played an insane match in Los Cabos. I guess this is just what I expect from Nori. Maybe
Mm.
it's Cam Nori. Like no one ever really thought he was gonna get to this sort of even like a top 30-ish level, and that's
Maybe
he's
he was
not gonna be
just
back in the
so
top
hot
10.
at the start of the year that I just.
He's not gonna be back in the top 10. I think it's kind of
Yeah, he's more
not
of a
possible,
11 through 20 type guy. So if
if
I
not
guess if he,
lower.
I guess if he maintains that, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think if he maintains that, that's really good. Has he been maintaining that? Sort
Yeah,
of. I mean,
I
he's
would. I would.
15th in the ATP race, so.
I don't know. I don't think that's very. This thing. Let me check what his elo is. I think that's more accurate right now. I would say his elo is outside the top 30 right now. Let's see.
And that would be accurate because he does not belong in the top 30 right now, based on the last 2 or 3 months, I think.
36 in the elo. Wow. Yeah, that seems more reflective right now of his performance. Since
And more reflective of his talent.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's no. You're right because like I did not think he would get to number 8. So
I'm sorry to Cam Nori, who's obviously watching the stream, but yeah, I think what Vanch said, like if he maintains a top 20 steady ranking for the next few years, that's already really really good for him. And yeah, number 15 in the ATP race. So
I mean,
I
he started the
personally am
year
not complaining.
21-3, and honestly, that could have even been better because he shouldn't have lost that Auckland final to Gasquet.
Auckland final, yeah, he totally blew it at home. That was awful for him.
Yeah. And you can also make an argument. I mean, I guess Lehechka, because he was 2 sets to 1 up. So man, he had a really good start to the year, like January and February. I think since then he's like under 500.
Possibly, but like then again, if you lose, back to back the last 2 matches to Karatsev and Rublev,
Yeah.
and losing to JJ Wolf on a very fast court wouldn't be anything bad either.
Mm.
I mean, JJ Wolf can beat anyone, can also lose to anyone, but
Yeah. That's. I don't know.
it definitely goes both ways with him. Anyway, Gauff gets the first game on the board in set two. John said earlier that he doesn't know if Coco will have a lot of fight in her. We'll see. Um,
Mm. Definitely
so
has been
far,
surviving this week. Hasn't been looking as
hmm?
convincing.
Who?
Just if you
Gauff?
just go by her level, I think she's been winning a lot actually on reputation and just confidence. The reason is because against Martic are for the match.
But that's the
Uh,
only one, right?
no, and then also wasn't it the first set against Kudermetova? Kudermetova was up like 5-4, 40 love on her serve, and then she like double faults at 5 all, and it's like she won that
Yeah, I
set,
think it's right.
which is like I don't know, like if she had lost at the U.S. Open or not had this run, she probably doesn't win those sets. I guess what is her winning streak right now? Like 16 matches? That's pretty.
16, yes.
Yeah,
And
16.
it includes her first ever win against Swiatek, indeed.
Mm.
Matthew, I just hope it's not going to be another Fils against Davidovich Fokina, where we're all like, okay, this is a tight one. This, as you said, this is a tight one to call. Okay, this is gonna be very exciting, and then it's not. I hope it's not gonna be the third story like this after the French Open in Wimbledon. There's apparently going to be some physio treatment, I would assume, for Gauff, and yeah, because Iga is like jumping around and Gauff is sitting, so usually it's the player who is sitting who's gonna be receiving some treatment.
Mm.
I don't know what the nature of the treatment is. So far, she's just talking to They're showing some motions with the elbow, it seems. Maybe her arm. Yeah, something with her right arm.
Oh, my stream went to a commercial, so I'm not sure.
Mark Petrie said Coco is the best female tennis athlete ever discussed.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did see that take.
I've seen him getting a lot of hate for that, even I would say, which I don't really think is justified. Like, it's not an
I think his logic with that was just like athletes continue to get better every single year. So
yeah, like
if we say that right now is she the best athlete? I would probably
it's
agree with
not
that.
it's not an outrageous opinion, right? It's definitely not
Like
an
who is a better
outrageous
athlete right
opinion.
now
It's
on
not.
the on the
Swiatek,
WTA? Like
similar.
okay,
I don't
so
know.
it's like her and Iga. I mean her and
Yeah,
Coco. So it's
they're the best two, I think. And you're very right, of course, that in the, so let's say, for example, Navratilova ever days, we have
yeah.
not.
Come on, they weren't as athletic
Yeah,
as now.
I
Like
mean
it's
the pace of play, the dynamic nature of the sport, it just wasn't there really. So obviously the athletes of today are going to be the best. If someone wants to say it's Serena Williams, no, sorry. Someone wants to say that's, I don't know, Maria Sharapova, no,
no,
sorry.
definitely not.
I mean, it's clearly gonna be like between Gauff and Swiatek, I think, and
I would say in that era,
Gauff
I mean,
has
Graf
more
kind of took it to
like
the
raw
next level.
speed, huh?
Graf had the athleticism, but it's not played at the same speed. Like the game is
It's
not
not
played.
because she also didn't need to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she also didn't need to. Matthew, I don't know if Serena and Venus, but I've seen him get a lot of that from Świątek fans as well. Um, because, for example, there was this big Polish Twitter account who like just translated this wrong and sort of just understood it as if as if Mark said that um, she is the best tennis player, not athlete. And me and a few other people like tried to explain it to them that it's not about tennis player. It's simply about athleticism, and your physicality. But yeah, I don't think it's an outrageous opinion at all. I think Petch has had a few weird interactions on Twitter recently, especially that one post where he just talked to. I
Oh,
think it was under an IGA
yeah, that was weird.
post. That was, I mean, I don't
I
even
think he might have been drunk.
understand. I think so, or like drugs. I mean, I don't understand what he was trying to say there. And I think when someone questioned it, he basically said, I mean, just read what I wrote, and that was extremely weird. But yeah, with the take that Coco might be the best athlete in the sport ever, I mean, it's definitely not outrageous. Whether you agree with that or not, it's not outrageous. It's something that you can easily say. I remember saying myself when we were no, I don't think I was on the stream for the final, but after the final or somewhere. Yeah, maybe I was joining the stream for like 5 minutes after the final. Can't remember, but I definitely remember saying somewhere on Talking Tennis that the sort of foot speed, the sort of running in defense that I saw from Gauff in the final, I don't think I've ever seen in women's tennis, because that's true. I mean, a lot of women's tennis players are a lot more stiff than the men's. And as you said, I mean, the technology has been improving, the athleticism, the shot tolerance has been improving. I mean, basically it's impossible for athletes from the 80s or 90s to be as good as the ones today.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so where are we? Are we still treating Coco? Yeah, we are still treating Coco.
I wonder what the odds are for Rybakina and Samsonova, given that Samsonova does lead the
Rybakina
head.
is the Rybakina is the favorite by
Yeah,
well, more than Świątek against Gauff, let's say.
yeah.
More so, about 1.5. I don't know, an American one 1/2 in British, I guess. Um,
Yeah, minus 227. Okay. I mean, yeah, so she is a bigger favorite than you guys.
yeah. Samsonova is 3-0 against her. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think two of those were in Canada.
Yeah.
The other
One
one.
obviously very recently. Yeah. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, one this year, no last year, yeah.
I'm kind of surprised, I guess, because in Canada their odds were like even. So
Hmm. Oh, yeah, because
Samsonova.
she was,
Hmm?
Bakina was coming off of that really late match against Kazakhstan.
Yeah. Um, Samsonova yesterday as well was like sort of even against Stopenko, but then beat her very handily. Players like that with huge serves and like the ability to overwhelm Ostapenko have been very successful against her.
Ostapenko has actually been very consistent this year.
Yeah,
Like, this is definitely her best year since 2017.
yeah, and depends what you mean by best year. You could even argue that this might be her best year, because
Mm,
if she added a slam to this year,
yeah.
it would be
Like, she doesn't have the highs of, 2017, but like the floor is much better.
yeah.
The
She actually
week
has
in, week out
more.
version is
She actually
more
has
fun.
more consistency. Yeah.
So in
But
2017, she was only holding serve like 61% of the time, and this year it's like 69%, which is a pretty big gap. But in 2017, she was breaking at 45.1%, and this year it's like 40%. So I guess that's where the gap is.
yeah, I'm just looking at her 2017 results, and I guess the funny thing is that before the French, she actually still had to play qualifying in like Rome or
Oh yeah,
Stuttgart. So
I remember
it
that.
was a
Yeah,
very, very different situation. But I actually underestimated her consistency in 2017.
yeah,
Well, it was definitely a bit different because, yeah, as I said, I mean, she was still playing qualifying and like around the clay season, but she only really had Toronto, Cincinnati, where she lost in the first rounds. But otherwise, she was pretty consistent all year. So yeah, definitely 2017 is much better than 2023 now. That was just me misremembering after a couple of years. Anyway, Świątek 3-1 up. We are back on court, and Gauff wins this first point in the 1-3 game as well. So let's see how much fight she has in her indeed. But if she cannot trouble Świątek on her serve, it's going to be impossible to come back, obviously.
she had to hit so many great backhands in that match. Finally, she got to put away forehand.
Oh, and that one it seemed like was eventually dismantled by Jari pretty handily. Lost his last two service games of the match, also at 5-all in the first. I guess the big one on the ATP side today might be Watanuki Fritz.
Ah, yes.
Probably the last match of today as well.
I think Fritz is going to win that one in straights.
In Shanghai,
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, obviously with Watanuki, you never really know, but he's got every tool needed to win this one. Just it's about actually executing it, and that sort of style is, of course, quite hard to pull off consistently.
I wonder if Schwartzman can do something against Lehechka, actually. I think he's.
I hope not. He should not be rewarded for um, his weird scheduling choices. I
Schwartzman?
believe he should. Yes, I believe he should be in South America if he was serious about his career.
Oh, like you mean playing the challengers there right now?
Yeah,
Mm.
And after Shanghai, he's still playing like Vienna and something.
I guess how did he get into this tournament? Was he
That's a good question because there's this commitment players rule, right? That they have to play 4 ATP 500s and one of them after the US Open. And I sort of thought that that's how it works because I don't think it's stated really, at least in the rule book. I guess I haven't really seen it, although I also haven't looked that thoroughly. But yeah, then he's also into Vienna or Basel. I can't remember. I think probably Vienna, given his game profile.
honestly he's not playing that bad. Like he played good last week. Took a set off his Zverev,
Yeah,
and
he
then
didn't.
he came back from a breakdown in the third against
But I
I
mean,
think
if he
Balash.
if he finishes the year, I don't know, ranked
Top 100.
130, will he?
Oh yeah, I mean he'd have to beat the Hechka today. That would be a kind of a
Mm,
must win for him.
mm. I mean, even if he beats the Hechka today,
And
he
then
will still
Fritz, yeah,
be
he'll probably lose to
80,
Fritz.
80 points away from the top 100 in the ATP race. It's not gonna be easy to amass these sort of points playing Vienna and Paris,
Did he?
or
Am I remembering this right?
whatever
In
he's playing.
2019, he got to the final of Vienna. Is that right? I think he did.
That's
Yeah,
very possible.
he got to the final of Vienna and played a good three-setter against Team.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Sounds
actually
right.
forget. Like those two had some pretty good battles. They played like
Yeah,
9 times. Team 6-3. Yeah, they had some good
yeah.
battles.
He's playing Tokyo and Basel after Basel. Actually, he's playing Basel after that. Yeah.
By the way, why is Team not playing qualies for this
For what?
for Shanghai? I
Bu-
guess
bu-
he's
bu- bu-
just
bu- 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 bu-
saving himself for Vienna.
I don't know. I think he might have been maybe signed up for some challenger, or wasn't he? Yeah, he's playing Bratislava, so he's just staying in Europe basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad move.
Bratislava, Antwerp, Vienna.
Okay.
Last year, the indoor season was very successful for him. So,
Yeah.
but
And then
honestly, Mhm.
he shut his season after Vienna.
Yeah,
He didn't play
um,
Paris.
didn't play Paris. Yes, basically with how strong the draw is in Bratislava, we'll see if he manages to win that one. But he is the top seed, although yeah, not an easy event to win. Um, Matthew says, why do we think it's predominantly the male tennis players that live in low tax areas? Yeah, I guess you're right that it's more the male tennis players that escape to Monte Carlo, or
Yeah. Don't have to pay
I
taxes.
don't really know what the reason. I mean, obviously, as Terry says, the men earn more. Although, is it that much of a difference? So that um, I don't know. No, the prize money for slams is of course the same, but the other events no. But yeah, I guess you're right. Of course, since I don't know, maybe since like 2019 or something, we can't actually see the residence of a player on their ATP or WTA profile right anymore. They eliminated that, so maybe in some cases we just don't know where they live, where they technically reside, not live.
By the way, this is
But
random, but Yannick Sinner is definitely not 6'2". No chance for him. He's
I
got to
think
be at least 6'4".
Gasquet also has one, right? Gasquet also has like way too much in terms of his height.
I would even
He
question if Alcaraz is 6 feet. He's more like 5'10", 5'11".
I don't know, but I
Maybe
think
he's 6. I don't know. But Sinner is
Gasquet
definitely
maybe
not
had
6.
the same height as Federer or something like that. But
Gasquet?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
Gasquet's probably a little shorter.
yeah. The players type in that, and that's always gonna be like that. I mean, everyone adds height to them.
Yeah.
Everyone adds height, so
Actually, Renee was kind of joking on the show
everyone
that
says
maybe
they are taller than they are.
Sinner filled out that form when he was like 14.
And
And he was in a
also,
bad instance.
Also, your weight, you're always gonna go down on that. So
Hmm. Paula lives in Dubai. Oh yeah, she does. Do we know that for sure though? Maybe.
there have to be a few players, but
Hmm. It's a good place to do off-season training after a nice trip to the Maldives for like a week.
Gauff holding on. But of course, Iga is just now 2 games away from the match, 2 holds away, and so far has she
So far,
lost
this
like
is a
what?
lot like Sakari and Gauff yesterday. It's very much on the same kind
Yeah,
of pattern.
Iga only lost 7 points on her serve so far, and one of them was a double fault. So
Hmm.
I guess we're actually back to the dominant times of the
Honestly,
Swiatek
much
Gauff
better serving
rivalry.
this week. Like I was impressed by her serving against Garcia. Actually, pretty impressed by her overall level, to be honest, against Garcia. I saw some people debating on Twitter whether it was her most impressive win of this year. I don't
Swiatek
think so,
Garcia?
but some people were saying it.
You mean Swiatek or
Yeah, for Swiatek.
one of the, I guess. But
I wouldn't put her number one.
that's also because of the most recent events not going out,
Yeah, I
no,
think
no,
maybe
not
the
going as
Stuttgart
planned.
final was better against Sabalenka.
Yeah, Stuttgart final was really good. But like relative to the expectations,
Yeah,
someone pushed her. Someone was playing extremely well. She was
yeah.
there.
To be
She
honest,
kept playing smart.
I wasn't that worried after last week. Like for her, like I was a little like like I think we talked about this, but like
Hmm.
I didn't feel like oh, like she's gonna be figured out with time or something. Like I felt like Beijing was gonna be stronger for her. Just I looked at the draw and I was like, okay, this is a better draw for her.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, I was like,
At the
okay, so
same time, like if she kept ball bashing like that, like she was in Tokyo, like if she
maybe it was
just
just
kept.
because of the conditions. Because like when I saw quotes from players that it's playing slower, I was like, okay, that's
Yeah, but she played Hontama and Kudermetova. You basically cannot really get two opponents that are more different. And
yeah.
well, you can, but I mean they are completely different players in terms of the play style. So I wish Jack Draper was here playing on these fast courts. Yeah, he wishes that too. There was a funny moment when he said in Jesus, what was the challenger that he made the final in? Because this week we have Milleron Le Captif, and last week he had Orléans. And in Orléans, he said like someone asked him, are you gonna be back next year? And he said, I mean, hopefully not, because I'm gonna be
Oh
playing
yeah,
ATP
yes.
events.
Hopefully
Hopefully
not.
not. And yeah, I mean, he is absolutely right. He actually lost yesterday to Lucas Poulain in Moilleron Le Captif, which would have been a massive, massive upset, and like one of the upsets of the year, I guess, on the Challenger Tour. But that's not really the case, of course, because Draper was just
I guess
dead tired after a 3-hour marathon against Prismic and the previous week as well.
Mahatch is playing really well right now.
Yeah, he sort of has been all year, but just didn't really have much to show for it. But that is changing, and if he can just get a lot of points now and then stay healthy in the first half of 2024, then he might actually finally stabilize in the top 100. Why wasn't Paula at Steph's match? I don't know. I have no idea if they split. I don't really follow that.
No, they're definitely still together. I've heard people say that Draper has like top 10 potential. I don't know about top 10. Maybe top 20.
I think has easy top 100, top 10 potential. If
He's
he, yes,
like,
easy top 10 potential. If
like, I mean,
he is
do you
finally
think
healthy,
you predict like what his career high would be? Would you say it's in the top 10?
Yeah, I will be surprised if it's not in the top 10.
Hmm. Top 15 for sure. I don't know about top 10. Maybe I just need to see a more sustained stretch from him of like 2 or 3 really good months. Then
Whenever we get a really good sustained stretch from him, it's
he
really
gets hurt.
good. But
He
then, of
gets hurt
course, he
right after
gets
that.
injured. Yeah,
But the thing
then
is,
he
he's
gets
so good
injured.
when he comes back from injury. Like, it's almost like he picks up right where he left off,
More or less, yeah.
which is like actually pretty impressive. But I don't know. Like maybe if his forehand was a little bit more aggressive, I would be like, okay, yeah, top 10 for sure.
I mean, it can be. He used to play like that, but then actually made a big leap in the rankings when he stopped.
Yeah, because like the rest of the game is it's very good. I like his serve. I like his backhand.
Oh,
I guess the
this
forehand
is
could hit
the.
clay courts.
Hmm?
I guess the forehand would be good for clay.
Oh yeah, he's actually gonna be a factor on clay. Absolutely. And yeah, he's definitely drifting towards like a more control oriented playstyle than he was at first. But when he was just blasting everything, he was ranked 250, and
Mm-hmm.
then when he stopped, he made the top 100 in like 3 months. So I guess that's fine. Anyway, love 30 now, and Gauff is really, really in trouble now. She drops her racket while hitting that +1 forehand.
Oh, yeah.
And that's 3 match points for Swiatek. So we are really back in the dominant times uh, of the Swiatek and Gauff rivalry and how Iga used to dominate it. Yeah, and that's over with a very tame +1 forehand from Gauff as well, middle of the net.
Yeah, I guess it ultimately got it to him. But I guess still a pretty good week. Semi-final here. Backing up the US Open win. It's just, yeah. Oh, something to think about though. 8-1 now is their head-to-head.
Yeah, 8-1. Still, the only sets that Iga lost were in Beijing.
Or in
Beijing, Cincinnati, of course. Yeah.
yeah,
Otherwise, it's
either
16-0.
6-2, 6-3. Yeah, I
No,
mean, if
I
she
mean,
wins this title by beating
mhm.
Bakina in the final, along with Goff,
Yeah, that would be a revenge story.
along with Garcia, that's quite an impressive 3 matches right there. Of course, her worst best result in a 1000 is still the North American double. She only made the semis, so I guess everywhere else she's either won it or made the final. Of course, she hasn't played Guadalajara or Wuhan yet.
Wuhan?
Yeah, or
Is
Guadalajara.
that even around?
I don't know. Actually, next year is it going to be Guadalajara or is it going to be Wuhan? I have no idea. It used to be
Yeah,
Wuhan and Beijing, right?
yeah, but we cannot really, I guess, judge anyone, for not making a quarter in Wuhan or
Well, she hasn't
something.
even played it. I mean, so
Yeah, exactly. It's as if you were. Well, actually, Djokovic played Hamburg a few times and never won it, which I always say that he hasn't won all the Masters he competed in.
yeah, I guess.
He won the current set, but he hasn't won. But it's just a technicality basically.
Yeah. This would be her third final at 1,000 level this year. 20th WTA final overall. She's 15-4. Hmm. Yeah, impressive numbers. No doubt about that. Actually, I had this tweet like tracking Gauff and Iga and their total points won for every match that they played. Uh, kind of curious what that was for this one. I feel like Iga won at least 60% of those points. No, actually, 60 might be too high. Maybe like 58. Let's see. Total points won.
Yeah, that was again a quick match. For some reason, I it happens every time I commentate on here. I come for an amazing match. I come for something that's gonna be 3 sets, tight battle, and it sucks.
Oh yeah, that's
Yesterday
true. Actually, I remember
yesterday
when
I
we called
watched.
Runa and
Uh-huh.
Alcaraz at Wimbledon. We were both
Yeah,
like so
for
excited.
example, yeah. Yesterday I watched Safiulin Zverev.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I guess the most recent match that actually that actually worked out fine was Medvedev Sinner final Beijing, but well, that was straights too, but it was like good straight sets, right? It was competitive straight sets. Whereas yeah, Safiulin Zverev was just a total beatdown, and Świątek Gauff today as well. Also, I think during this Asian swing, so did Davidovich Fokina against Zhu, which again was like an hour or something. But there I actually expected it, I guess. It's just Safiullin Zverev, the rematch after Chengdu, and also here Świątek Gauff, that was kind of disappointing.
I guess you got the second set of Djokovic Medvedev.
Um, yeah. But that was also a disappointment. You're right. That was that was another one of these where I thought we were there for the long haul, and we actually weren't.
Mm.
And your guy Cam Nori is actually up a break in the decider, so maybe you won't have to worry about him anymore. I wonder if I am worried about anyone. Well, I guess I'm
When I
not.
say worried, I'm like, I'm like,
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just I'm
it's
just
not
I'm
like I'm
just
like,
kidding
oh
around.
no, Cam is losing. It's not like that.
I know. Um, yeah, we'll see how this with Coco. I mean, the injury, physical issue, or whatever she had didn't seem to be anything super scary. So hopefully she's just gonna be back for the ATP finals with no
Yeah.
issues whatsoever, and hopefully everyone is gonna be there for the ATP WTA finals, because the field certainly looks quite insane.
Hmm.
Because I don't think any of these are playing Zhengzhou, Hong Kong, or Seoul, right?
Zheng Zhu is a 500, right?
I mean, I haven't really checked, but okay, Rybakina, Vondroushova, Jaber, and Muchova actually as well. Okay, so 4 of them still playing after this week. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and Seoul and Hong Kong, they don't have any WTA finals contenders. So it's just Zhengzhou for WTA 500. 4 players actually from the WTA finals list. Maybe some will pull out, seeing that Sakari or and Ostapenko cannot catch them anymore, but we'll see. I saw Świątek was like complaining that the WTA finals aren't earlier than they are. But there are some other events along the way. You can actually play if you want to. But of course, it would be amazing if it wasn't like WTA finals, Beijing King Cup, um, separated by just one day and a whole Atlantic Ocean. So
Oh yeah, she spoke up about that last year too. Um, they just ended up not playing.
yeah, and there were also issues with like Pegula Gauff. Oh, and it's raining again in Shanghai. They just stopped play on the outside courts.
I wonder who's gonna win the Struff and Maldi match.
Yeah,
Feels about 50-50.
I mean that they are tied at 4-all at deuce. So
Yeah.
yes, I think it is a 50-50 indeed. Yeah, still on the main court, if they don't actually manage to play anything else, even I mean I don't know what the forecast is. Still at least three matches: Sinner Giron, Alcaraz, Parer, and then Watanuki Fritz. So the main course for today will be there anyway. It's just the other matches that might get rained off if it doesn't work out. By the way, this is I don't know. Let's finish it off. Obviously, the stream, but I was surprised that they moved Sinner Giron and Medvedev Garin to today because for one thing, oh Jesus, what a photo! But for
Yeah.
one thing, I get it. You know, I haven't shaved, Sean. No. Um,
Are you going for the
uh,
no shave November?
no, 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 no. We're just having a bit of a friendly rivalry with John, who's gonna
Oh,
shave first. But anyway,
is
what I
that
was
actually
trying
why
to
you're
say.
not shaving?
No, no, no. That's not something. It's because I'm lazy.
Oh,
But what I was referring to is that I was surprised that they moved Sinner and Medvedev to today because that's kind
yeah.
of not okay to their opponents. You know, what if Giron wins? What if Garin wins? And then he has to play tomorrow again.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
why I saw 14 matches on the schedule instead of 16.
yes, exactly. And yesterday you had 14 instead of 16, and today you have 18 instead of 16. Yeah.
Mm,
So maybe
that's
they asked Giron and Garin if that's okay. Maybe they did. I don't know. But yeah, if they didn't, I don't think that's fair. You know, as a player, you know, you don't really care that your opponent made it deep in the previous week. You want to you want to give yourself the best possible chance, and the best possible chance is to give yourself a day of rest, as every other player has. But maybe they asked, and maybe Giron and Garin were responsive to the idea. So I'm not saying that I don't know. Yeah. Anything else? Are we finishing? We are.
No, I think that's about it. I can go to bed, and it's only
Yeah.
1:10 a.m. right now.
I'm at 10 a.m. Also 10 a.m. But I don't have the one in front of my 10. For me, it's just 10 a.m. Yeah, Jordan Thompson. Oh Jesus, what a look! At the same time, I kind of missed it, when he didn't have a mustache, and
Yeah, I mean, this
it's
guy
a
looks
weird
good.
situation. You are sort of scared of Jordan Thompson with a mustache, but then when he actually shaves one off, he just doesn't look like Jordan Thompson anymore. What's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Anyway, um, thank you, Vansh. Thank you to all the guys in the chat. Thank you to Iga Świątek and Coco Gauff, although Coco did not really deliver for us today, but that's life. You've won the last 16 matches. You have a lot to be proud of,
Yeah.
Coco. So don't worry about us being slightly disappointed with the match today. Worry about your own preparation for the WTA finals, and hopefully your right arm is going to be fine. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Yep. Thank you from me as well. I joined a little bit late, but I thought I was going to be here a little longer. But
Like 10 minutes.
yeah. Now I get to go to bed a little earlier. So yeah.
Hooray.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.